And welcome back to the review. Today we are talking about The Boys, Amazon's one and only show that you should watch. It's essentially an anti-superhero show. It follows a group of vigilante pedestrians. And it's sort of their mission to take down the government-controlled superheroes in this show. This is season 2, and there was a previous season that came out last year, I think.
Something like that, yeah.
And this just sort of follows up with the story. It takes place basically right after the first season ended. What were your general thoughts of this season, Laurie? Also, spoilers. Spoilers.
Yeah, we're doing spoilers, right?
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I think it's kind of hard to compare to season 1 because there is like common themes, like just the way that they do it, and the kind of just kind of the techniques they use in the show, just like the shock core and things like that. There's still plenty of that. But I feel like the overarching story was just a lot different from season 1, possibly weaker. But I think that as you go across individual episodes, I still found myself like really enjoying every episode. And every single time they came out, I'd watch it that day because I was just really excited to watch another one. So, I mean, although you could argue that the story wasn't as strong, I still found myself really enjoying every single episode.
I agree with you, though. I think it was a little bit slower.
Yeah.
Well, I think I preferred it, season 1.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, I did think...
It's weird, yeah.
Because I was like... halfway through it, I was thinking, what's actually progressed in this story?
Yes.
It's like nothing really, but then like I'm still really enjoying it. It's kind of a weird feeling.
I like that they did like short stories with each individual character.
Yeah,
and that's what I enjoyed. Like,
yeah,
they all had sort of mini arcs.
Yeah, and it makes you kind of connect with the characters more, because in season 1 you're kind of just connecting with the group rather than individual characters.
The best part of the season, though, for me, was Stormfront and Homelander. Their story was just
so messed
insane. Like, at the start, you have, I think, 3 episodes with Stormfront, and I'm like, I really like her. Just being this, like, gives no fucks attitude, and like, oh, this is really fun. And then at the end of episode 3, you like learn she's a Nazi.
Yeah, she's a Nazi.
Like, things like that, you just sit and go, I think that I thought, you know, this show couldn't get any more bizarre.
Yeah.
Every single time
it just takes it further, yeah. But it's weird because I've never felt like it's went too bizarre. It's never felt like this too far, because it still kind of ties in with just the weird world that is The Boys.
I was sort of interested to see where the church's story was going to go, and then that guy, he's just dead now.
Yeah, that.
I mean, he was really fun, but never going to see any more of him.
Yeah,
I hope we do see more of what's his name? Giancarlo Esposito?
Oh, Stan Edgar.
Yes, I was going to say Gus.
I love him. He's so good in everything that he does.
Amazing. He's in 2
I've
scenes.
watched him in 3 things, and everything I've watched him in, I've been like, he's amazing. One of the best actors on the show.
Do you know the scene with him and Butcher in the last episode? It's just them talking.
At the table, yeah.
That was my favourite scene. Out of like the, you know, the fighting and all the action or whatever, but just those two having a conversation with you.
Yeah, it's really good, because I think Carl Urban as Butcher is perfect.
I do think, though, this is where my one like little qualm with the show appears, is calling it The Boys is where I have the problem, because to me they're the least interesting part of the show. Not Butcher, but The Boys. I'm like, I want to see what the superheroes are doing.
Yeah, pretty much. And I think out of The Boys, my favourite is probably Frenchie. But then beyond that, MM don't really... Well, I mean, obviously, apart from Butcher. I did like Mallory, though.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, he was really good.
Any CIA, they do CIA or FBI or whatever, they do that so well in shows now, I think.
Yeah, because you'd think it would be overdone, but we're just watching her every single episode, I'm like, oh, you know it's going to be interesting, whatever happens here.
Her specifically, though, she doesn't care, which I love. What did you think of the 7? Like specifically the sort of Seven storyline.
I quite like it. I think I really like the whole take of like if superheroes were to exist in a kind of realistic world, it would be commercialized and it would be driven for profits and things like that. So I think that aspect of it is interesting because I think it is pretty realistic if that was the case in the real world. But I think they kind of have started to, they kind of want to stick to the original Seven because that's who we know. But sometimes these characters aren't really getting anywhere. Like A-Train has kind of been just kind of stuck in the same spot for like a whole season now and nothing's really happening with him. And he randomly apparently just manages fine with his heart condition thing. Like that just kind of went away. I feel like if everyone's favorites in the Seven with like Homelander, Maeve, Stormfront, Black Noir, they did that really well. But I think the B tier members of the Seven have kind of been stalling a bit.
No, not the Deep. The Deep is one of my favorite stories.
I like the Deep.
His story is
like nothing interesting, but it's still interesting. It's so stupid that it's enjoyable.
He's the Aquaman, but that's what he is. Like,
so like the actual Aquaman is actually like a fairly strong, useful character, but everyone still makes fun of what the idea of the character is, and he's like what everyone's idea of Aquaman.
Yes,
I think that's hilarious.
He talks to fish, and that's it.
He just like walks up the fish tank. He's like, "Sorry, man." It's so stupid.
Maeve and her storyline as well, with like her being forced to be this like gay icon, which is so really dark.
Yeah, but they throw some things in there which they kind of, I don't think they make light of them.
No.
Which is good because it's kind of, they do that with so much stuff. But I feel like the kind of dark themes, like Maeve being pushed into being this gay icon, and then obviously you've got Deep, who is like a complete asshole towards everyone really, but especially women in season 1, and then they're trying to like
Me Too movement. In this season, I know towards the latter half they did those sort of like cold opens, which were just complete dark takes on our world, like that guy who shot up a store.
Oh yeah, because he thought he was like a soup terrorist.
And it was like a PSA announcement for if a superhero attacked your school, like arming teachers. Like,
you can draw a lot of parallels. But,
it's really scary if you give it like
it
2 seconds of thought.
America right now.
Yeah.
Because you've got that thing obviously with like school shootings, and then you've got the whole like shop thing is direct to like just how much that when politicians and the media push stuff, people just believe whatever you give them
straight away. Yeah,
it really does kind of reflect what could be in our society, but what is right now as well. You enjoy The Boys on multiple levels because you've got like, it's really fun and it's like whimsical stuff going on every episode, which just makes you stare at the screen like just open mouth what's going on. But then you've also got like deeper stuff that you can either not look into if you don't want to, or there is stuff there to dig and think about if that's something that you like doing.
If you were to score it, what would you score out of 7? Because the 7.
All right, season 2.
Season 2. And would you recommend it?
I'd give it I think I'd give it a 6. 6 out of 7, and I definitely would recommend it.
Yeah, exact same for me. So go watch The Boys.